President Trump's war against Iran is now in its sixth month. He originally claimed the war would last just weeks. On Thursday, he once again claimed the war with Iran will be over soon.
And we'll see those days pretty soon again, based on everything I see, as soon as the war ends. And I think it's going to end pretty soon. I don't think they can go much longer. Yeah, but I think we're doing very well. I'm involved in the negotiation. I think we're doing fine. It could be soon, yeah.
The president has repeatedly insisted that Tehran is keen to reach a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but Iran has denied this and said it will instead make arrangements with its neighbor Oman. Trump said over the weekend that he had called off what he described as the biggest U.S. attack on another country since World War II because Iran wanted to talk. But Iran has rejected these claims, with Iran's parliament speaker and top negotiator accusing the American president of theater diplomacy. Mohammad Ghalibaf wrote on social media, and I quote, "Massive attack coming. Wait, never mind. They want to negotiate. That's theater diplomacy on loop." Ghalibaf's response seems to target Trump's growing dilemma over the war. The American leader now seems to be caught between accepting an interim deal that would give Tehran control over the Strait of Hormuz, something it never possessed before the war, or following through on his warnings of sharp escalation, risking a more prolonged crisis. With U.S. gasoline prices high, his approval ratings low, and the war deeply unpopular with the American public, the president's room to maneuver is increasingly limited. The first option, analysts say, would grant Iran its biggest concession and would formalize, at least for now, Tehran's supervision of the vital waterway. The second path, likely a fresh wave of airstrikes, could be fraught with political peril for Trump ahead of November's pivotal U.S. midterm polls. While seeming to offer no better chance of success than the earlier bombing campaign, which failed to bring Tehran to its knees, Trump could instead choose to maintain the uneasy status quo. That would mean maintaining a blockade of Iran's ports and periodically retaliating against any attacks on shipping. But this approach, too, would not offer Trump a face-saving way out of a conflict he had predicted would be over within weeks. We spoke to Mr. Scott Lucas, as a professor of international politics, Clinton Institute, University College Dublin, and this is what he told us.
Well, I think the military option of expanding the strikes inside Iran is now gone. That was discussed last Friday at a high-level meeting at the Camp David retreat outside Maryland. And the military told Trump and his cabinet that the U.S. has a shortage of air defense interceptors, so it cannot necessarily protect those in the region or Israel from Iranian retaliation. The U.S. also has a shortage of offensive missiles to expand the attacks. And the U.S. has hit most of the military targets in Iran already. To expand its operations would probably mean hitting civilian infrastructure, and that raises questions of it being possibly a war crime. On top of that, you have the economic consequences of expanding the war again, especially the shock on oil and gas prices, and thus on gasoline prices in the United States, which adds to the domestic pressure with more than 70% of Americans opposing the war